Well, here we are a week later, and the motor is still sitting where I left it. I mean, I had no doubt it would be, but it's kind of nice to see that the mounts I did last week are good and solid. And today I'm going to start working on getting the secondary structure for the other accessories kind of shaped and placed in, hopefully starting to weld it together. Yeah, we'll see. Kind of doing this one step at a time as I go. And I have to kind of see if it's going to work, I think, by doing it. So I brought in the other accessories. So I've got the charger over here. I've got the DC to DC converter and the inverter over here. If I get those three things kind of placed in a good spot, then I'm in a pretty good place. What I'm going to try and do is use this square bar stock and start to create a frame that connects across like this, and then back towards that bracket, and then probably across and down onto that plate. And if I can make a nice, basically level tabletop, I'll shape out a piece of board that can go on top, and then all those components can bolt down onto it. That's one idea I have. Otherwise, I'll just put the inverter here and then find places a little bit lower or tucked in for the other bits, which should work as well. I don't know, I'm just gonna play around. I kind of like the idea of having a flat tabletop here above the motor where all the components are laid out. I'll have a high voltage junction box someplace where it'll fit so that I'll run all my high voltage lines through it. I can do some wire organization if I have a tabletop. Well, I'm gonna play around today and see. All right, well, I finished the fabrication of this crossbar. I think it looks awesome. We're making some progress here. So I got this crossbar done. Now I'm working on a piece that's gonna go across here and attach to this point here. So this will probably be the sort of joint that this connects to. Just gotta cut this and weld these together. I think I mentioned before, but I'm gonna try and put a piece across here and then add something to this plate as an anchor point. So yeah, so making progress little by little, but it's really cool to just be putting this stuff together. A lot of cutting, grinding, welding, all the good stuff. It's gotta fit right into that groove, just like that. It's about the right angle. Tiny bit more. Yeah, there we go. Okay. That's how that's got to go together. So I got to cut off a little bit of this top bit that I will hammer down just to meet the top bit of that piece. Good and shiny. It looks pretty good. So now I'll take it over and test fit it with the tack welds. Yeah, we're good. That's great. That is just about level. See, that's going down nicely to get it nice and tight, and then weld those seams together. So that should be pretty strong. Weld all those seams together, and that'll be a nice looking joint. All right, back to the welding table. All right, so now that's all sealed up and ready to be ground nice and smooth and installed in. Now to sand down these welds and make them look really nice. These sanding wheels really make quick work of it. Now look how nice that looks. Love it. Now, put this into place. Get this ready to tack weld it right in there. So now I can take this whole thing off and take it over to the bench to finish off those welds. Level. Level. That is cool. Gonna have to sit just about like that. All right, I'm gonna see how the hood fits on that now. That's the hood in place, and plenty of room. Yeah, no problem. That is so nice to see. I've been waiting a long time to be absolutely sure I could fit that thing on top of the motor without it bumping into the hood. And I've got at least an inch under the hood of empty space. All right, take a look at that. It's gonna sit really well. So that's it for another day. So I had some success getting this frame together. Still more work to do on it. It's looking pretty good already, so I'm pretty psyched. Got a couple more pieces to add to it to just stabilize it in a couple other places, and then create a platform that my inverter, my DC to DC converter, and the charger can all sit on, as well as the junction box and other kind of nicks and knacks that go into this electric car. So there's lots more to come.